Ever felt good about a meal only to worry it might not be healthy? You're not alone. Many older adults unknowingly eat things that could be risky, especially with conditions like diabetes or heart issues. Take George, a 70-year-old who loves steak. He didn't realize it could send him to the ER with chest pain, but it did. Some meats can be surprisingly dangerous as we age. I'm going to share 6 meats seniors should probably avoid, and why even small amounts could be a problem. Stick around, because this could help you dodge some serious health scares. If you're enjoying this, maybe you'll consider following for more of these helpful updates. First up, processed meats a circumflex euros the silent killer. Bacon, sausages, hot dogs, deli meats a circumflex euros they're convenient and tasty, but there's a dark side to how they affect our health, especially as we get older. What seems like a harmless treat can actually raise the risk of some serious health issues. These risks are even bigger for seniors who already have chronic conditions or weak immune systems. One big problem is the sodium, nitrates, and other preservatives in processed meats. Sodium is added for flavor and freshness, but it can be really hard on older adults. Our kidneys don't process sodium as well, and our blood vessels become less flexible, leading to high blood pressure. High blood pressure is a major risk for heart disease, stroke, and kidney disease. Even one serving of deli ham can have over 500 of sodium, almost a quarter of the daily limit. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 1500 of sodium per day. Processed meats make it easy to go over that limit, causing dangerous blood pressure spikes. Over time, too much sodium damages the heart and blood vessels, raising the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even cognitive decline. It's not just sodium either. Processed meats also have nitrates and nitrites, chemical preservatives that prevent spoilage and enhance color and flavor. These chemicals can break down into harmful compounds called N-nitrosa compounds, which are known carcinogens. The World Health Organization has classified processed meats as a Group 1 carcinogen, meaning there's enough evidence to say they directly contribute to cancer, especially colorectal cancer. Studies consistently show a strong link between processed meats and cancer risk. This is especially concerning for seniors because our immune systems naturally weaken as we age, making it harder to fight off cancerous cells. Older adults are also more likely to have diabetes or cardiovascular disease, which can make the effects of processed meats even worse. A diet high in these meats can worsen these problems, making seniors more vulnerable to diseases like cancer, heart disease, and even Alzheimer's. Beyond cancer and heart disease, processed meats can also affect weight, which is a big deal for older adults. Metabolism slows down as we age, making it harder to maintain a healthy weight. Fatty, calorie-dense foods like processed meats can lead to weight gain and obesity. Obesity raises the risk of type 2 diabetes, joint issues, sleep apnea, and other chronic conditions. The high fat content, especially saturated fats, also contributes to plaque buildup in the arteries, further increasing heart disease risk. Sodium, preservatives, nitrates, and unhealthy fats make processed meats a really bad choice for seniors. Unfortunately, they are so common in modern diets that it's easy to eat them regularly without realizing the long-term consequences. So, what are some safer alternatives? Luckily, there are healthier options that can provide the protein and nutrition you need without all the risks. Instead of processed meats, try lean, unprocessed proteins that are free from harmful additives, preservatives, and excess sodium. Grilled chicken breast or turkey are great choices. They are low in sodium and fat, and they can be used in lots of different dishes. Skinless poultry cuts are especially good for your heart, giving you protein without the nitrates and preservatives. Fatty fish like salmon, trout, and mackerel are excellent sources of omega-3 fatty acids, which support heart health, reduce inflammation, and even improve brain function. Fish can be grilled, baked, or broiled for a delicious and nutritious meal. For those looking to reduce meat consumption or go vegetarian or vegan, plant-based proteins like beans, lentils, chickpeas, quinoa, and tofu are great. They are naturally low in sodium, free from nitrates, and provide fiber, which is essential for digestive health. If you really enjoy deli meats, look for uncured and nitrate-free options. Many health food stores now carry organic or uncured meats that are processed without harmful additives. These meats usually have less sodium and preservatives, making them a safer choice. Eggs and low-fat dairy products like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, and cheese can also provide excellent sources of protein, calcium, and other nutrients. They are versatile, easy to prepare, and can be added to meals in lots of ways. By switching to these healthier alternatives, you are not only reducing your intake of harmful substances, but you're also supporting overall health and longevity. As we age, our nutritional needs become even more important. Choosing whole and processed foods can help manage weight, boost the immune system, promote heart health, and reduce the risk of chronic diseases like cancer and diabetes. The main thing to remember is that while processed meats might be convenient, they come with serious long-term health risks, especially for seniors. Switching to lean and processed proteins can go a long way toward protecting your health and well-being in your later years. With a little planning and mindful choices, you can enjoy a nutritious, flavorful, and healthy diet without hurting your health. If you're finding this helpful and want to hear more, let me know by sharing a one below. Next, let's talk about red meat and its potential hazards to your heart. Red meat, like beef, pork, and lamb, has been a staple in diets for a long time. But as we age, it's important to think about how our food choices affect our health. For seniors, red meat can pose some real risks, especially for your heart. Research from the American Heart Association and other health organizations shows that eating too much red meat can increase the risk of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. These conditions can be really concerning for older adults, leading to a low quality of life, more medical issues, and a shorter lifespan. One of the main reasons red meat is considered a risk to heart health is its high saturated fat content. Saturated fats are known to raise levels of LDL low-density lipoprotein cholesterol in the blood. This bad cholesterol can contribute to plaque buildup in the arteries, a process called atherosclerosis. Over time, this plaque can restrict or even block blood flow, which greatly raises the risk of heart attacks and strokes. This process can be even more dangerous for seniors, as our arteries naturally become less flexible and more prone to stiffening as we age. This means that even small amounts of plaque buildup can have a bigger effect on circulation and blood pressure, further increasing the likelihood of cardiovascular events. Moreover, research has shown that eating red meat is also linked to increased levels of inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation contributes to many age-related diseases, including arthritis, Alzheimer's disease, and heart disease. A diet high in red meat and processed meats like sausages, hot dogs, and bacon can worsen inflammation, leading to greater risks for various health problems. Additionally, red meat is often associated with higher levels of heme iron, a type of iron found in animal product. While iron is essential for our health, too much heme iron can contribute to oxidative stress, which accelerates aging and contributes to the development of heart disease. The risks associated with red meat consumption are especially concerning for seniors because they often have other pre-existing conditions that make heart disease even more dangerous. Many older adults suffer from hypertension, high blood pressure, diabetes, or other metabolic conditions that increase the burden on the cardiovascular system. High saturated fat intake from red meat can worsen these conditions, making it even more critical to take control of one's diet to preserve heart health. Given these significant risks, older adults need to reconsider the role of red meat in their diets and opt for healthier, heart-boosting alternatives. Fortunately, there are many ways to still enjoy a satisfying meal without compromising heart health. One of the best alternatives to red meat is fatty fish such as salmon, mackerel, sardines, and trout. These fish are excellent sources of omega-3 fatty acids, which have been shown to lower triglyceride levels, reduce inflammation, and improve cholesterol levels by increasing HDL, high-density lipoprotein cholesterol, the good cholesterol that helps remove LDL from the bloodstream. Omega-3s also have anti-inflammatory properties that are particularly beneficial in managing conditions like arthritis and supporting overall heart health. If you have a particular craving for red meat, there are ways to incorporate it into a heart-healthy diet without overindulging. Limiting red meat consumption to once a week and choosing leaner cuts of meat can help reduce the intake of saturated fats. Lean cuts of beef include sirloin, round steak, and tenderloin, while pork tenderloin and loin chops are better options than fatter cuts like pork belly or ribs. It's also helpful to trim visible fat before cooking and to use healthier cooking methods such as grilling, broiling, or roasting rather than frying or cooking with large amounts of butter or oil. Another helpful strategy is to add more plant-based protein sources to your diet. Legumes such as lentils, beans, and chickpeas are rich in fiber and protein while being low in fat. Whole grains like quinoa, farro, and brown rice also provide a healthy, filling alternative to meat-based dishes. These plant-based foods are not only beneficial for heart health, but also have the added advantage of being rich in antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals that support healthy aging. Incorporating a variety of colourful fruits and vegetables into your meals can also play a key role in supporting heart health. Fruits like berries, citrus, and apples, as well as vegetables such as leafy greens, tomatoes, and bell peppers, are packed with nutrients and antioxidants that help combat oxidative stress and inflammation, further reducing the risk of cardiovascular disease. When it comes to cooking with red meat, consider using it as a flavouring rather than the centerpiece of your meal. For instance, a small amount of lean beef or pork can be added to a vegetable stir-fry, a hearty vegetable soup, or a salad. This allows you to enjoy the flavour of red meat while boosting the overall nutritional content of your meal with plant-based foods. In conclusion, while red meat can be a satisfying part of the diet, its negative impact on heart health, particularly for seniors, cannot be ignored. The high saturated fat content and its contribution to plaque buildup in the arteries pose serious risks to cardiovascular health. However, by making mindful food choices such as reducing red meat intake, swapping for healthier options like fatty fish, and incorporating more plant-based food, you can protect your heart and promote overall health as you age. Adopting a balanced, heart-healthy diet is one of the most effective ways to ensure a longer, healthier life and maintain vitality as you enter your golden years. If you're still finding this information helpful, let me know with a 2 below. Let's move on to fried meats and the digestive disaster they can cause. Fried meats, whether it's crispy fried chicken, battered fish, or other meat options, may be an indulgence that satisfies cravings, but they can have serious consequences for your health, particularly as you age. While these foods may taste delicious, they come with numerous risks that could lead to digestive and long-term health problems. The most immediate issue is that fried foods are often high in fat, which can wreak havoc on your digestive system, especially as you get older. As we age, the efficiency of our digestive system can slow down, and it becomes less resilient to certain foods that were previously easier to process. Fried meats are notoriously heavy on the stomach, and consuming them regularly can lead to uncomfortable conditions such as acid reflux, bloating, indigestion, and stomach cramps. The high fat content in fried foods slows down the digestion process, meaning food stays in the stomach longer, leading to increased acid production and discomfort. For seniors with already sensitive stomachs, this can result in frequent digestive flare-ups that can diminish their quality of life. Additionally, the oils used in frying, especially in fast food chains and processed frozen meals, are typically loaded with unhealthy trans fats. These fats are artificial substances created by adding hydrogen to vegetable oil, making the oil more stable for frying, but also more harmful to your body. Trans fats are widely known for their negative impact on cardiovascular health, as they increase bad cholesterol LDL while lowering good cholesterol HDL. Over time, this can lead to clogged arteries, heart disease, and even stroke. But the danger doesn't stop there. These unhealthy fats also promote chronic inflammation throughout the body, which is linked to numerous diseases, including arthritis, diabetes, and even certain types of cancer. Another major concern related to fried foods is their connection to brain health. Excessive intake of trans fats has been found to negatively affect cognitive function. Research conducted by Harvard Medical School revealed that older adults who regularly consume fried foods are at significantly higher risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's is a progressive neurodegenerative disorder that affects memory, thinking, and behavior. The buildup of plaque in the brain caused by the inflammation and oxidative stress from trans fats is believed to contribute to this condition, which is already prevalent among seniors. Furthermore, the process of frying foods involves cooking at high temperatures, which can produce harmful compounds such as acrylamide. Acrylamide is a chemical that forms when foods like potatoes or meats are fried, grilled, or roasted at high heat. Studies have shown that this compound can be a potential carcinogen, meaning it may contribute to the development of cancer over time. Although more research is needed, the evidence linking fried foods to cancer risk, especially when consumed regularly, is concerning. The problem with fried foods extends beyond just individual health concerns. They also have a broader impact on your long-term well-being. Regular consumption of fried meats can contribute to weight gain and obesity, both of which increase the likelihood of developing other serious health conditions such as hypertension, diabetes, and sleep apnea. As the risk for these conditions increases, your overall life expectancy and quality of life could be significantly affected. So what are some safer alternatives? Thankfully, there are plenty of healthier alternatives that can provide the same satisfying flavors without the negative consequences of frying. Instead of frying your meats, consider baking, grilling, or steaming. These cooking methods can reduce fat content by allowing the fat to drain away, especially when grilling, and they preserve more of the essential nutrients found in meat. For example, grilling or baking chicken or fish can still provide a crispy exterior without the use of unhealthy oils, and the natural flavors are often enhanced rather than masked by heavy batter or oil. By switching to these healthy cooking methods, you can dramatically reduce your risk of heart disease, improve digestion, and maintain cognitive health. Additionally, this approach can help you manage your weight, reduce inflammation, and keep your energy levels stable throughout the day. In short, choosing to bake, grill, or steam meats rather than frying them not only leads to better physical health but also supports an active, vibrant lifestyle, especially as you age. Making this simple change in your cooking habits can have profound effects on your digestive health and overall well-being for years to come. Now, let's discuss organ meats and the potential for nutrient overload. Organ meats, such as liver, kidneys, and heart, have been prized for centuries for their rich nutrient content. They are packed with essential vitamins and minerals like vitamin A, iron, B vitamins especially B12, zinc, and high-quality protein. These meats are considered powerhouses in the world of nutrition due to their dense concentrations of nutrients. For instance, the liver contains significant amounts of vitamin A, which supports eye health and immune function, and iron, which is crucial for oxygen transport in the blood. While these nutrients are beneficial in moderation, the downside is that organ meats can present some challenges, especially for older adults. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at processing certain foods, and organ meats can put extra strain on already aging organs, particularly the liver and kidneys. One of the primary concerns with organ meats is their exceptionally high cholesterol content. A single 3.5-ounce 100 serving of beef liver contains over 300 of cholesterol, more than the daily recommended intake for many seniors. This excessive cholesterol intake can contribute to a buildup of plaque in the arteries, which increases the risk of cardiovascular diseases such as heart attacks and strokes. Cholesterol levels in the blood naturally rise with age, and seniors are particularly vulnerable to the effects of elevated LDL bad cholesterol, which is a leading cause of heart disease. In addition to cholesterol, organ meats contain high levels of purines, which are substances that break down into uric acid in the body. Elevated levels of uric acid can lead to gout, a painful condition that causes joint inflammation and swelling, often affecting the feet and toes. For seniors with a history of gout or those at risk for it, eating purine-rich foods like organ meats can trigger flare-ups or worsen existing symptoms. Furthermore, uric acid can put additional stress on the kidneys, which are already less efficient in filtering waste as we age. This means that seniors with compromised kidney function should be especially cautious when consuming foods that are rich in purines. Another consideration is that the body's ability to detoxify and process nutrients from food diminishes with age. The liver, which is responsible for breaking down fats and processing cholesterol, can struggle to keep up with the workload of metabolizing large amounts of fatty, high cholesterol foods. This is particularly important when consuming organ meats, as the very organ that processes these foods can become burdened by an overabundance of nutrients it cannot fully process. Despite the nutrient density, organ meat should be enjoyed in moderation for seniors. Limiting consumption to once a month or less is a safe approach. This allows you to enjoy the flavors and nutritional benefits without overloading your body with excessive amounts of cholesterol or purines. Instead, focus on other lean sources of protein that provide essential nutrients without the same health risks. For example, lean meats like skinless chicken or turkey, fatty fish such as salmon or mackerel, which also offer heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids, and plant-based proteins like tofu, beans, and lentils are excellent alternatives. Eggs are another nutrient-packed option, offering high-quality protein and essential vitamins like B12 and vitamin D. Incorporating these alternatives into your diet helps support overall health and wellness without putting undue stress on your heart, liver, or kidneys. In addition to lean protein sources, it's important to incorporate a variety of fruits, vegetables, and whole grains into your meals. These foods are rich in fiber, antioxidants, and vitamins that support digestive health, cardiovascular function, and immunity. A colourful plate of vegetables, particularly leafy greens like spinach, kale, and broccoli, can help reduce the inflammatory effects of high cholesterol foods while providing essential vitamins like vitamin K and magnesium, which support bone health and heart function. Whole grains such as quinoa, brown rice, and oats provide slow digesting carbohydrates that help regulate blood sugar levels and offer sustained energy throughout the day. By diversifying your sources of nutrients and focusing on a balanced, whole foods-based diet, you can ensure you're getting all the benefits of organ meats without the associated health risks. Consulting with a nutritionist or healthcare provider can also help tailor your diet to your individual needs, especially if you have specific health conditions like high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or kidney disease. Moving on to cured meats, then their sodium bomb. Cured meats, such as prosciutto, salami, ham, and corned beef, are often enjoyed for their bold, savory flavors and convenience, making them popular choices in many diets. However, these meats are typically packed with not only high levels of sodium, but also nitrates and nitrates, which are preservatives used in the curing process. While they may taste delicious, they come with a range of health risks, particularly for seniors. For older adults, the excessive consumption of cured meats can have serious consequences for heart health, kidney function, and overall well-being. Cured meats are a significant source of sodium, which is essential for maintaining fluid balance in the body. However, too much sodium can lead to a host of health issues. When you consume foods that are high in sodium, the excess salt draws water into the bloodstream, which can lead to fluid retention and a rise in blood pressure. This effect is particularly concerning for seniors as they are already at a higher risk for hypertension, heart disease, and stroke. Chronic high blood pressure is known to damage blood vessels and can lead to severe complications such as heart attacks, kidney disease, and even strokes. Beyond sodium, cured meats are often processed with nitrates and nitrites, which serve as preservatives and contribute to the pink colour and distinct flavour of these meats. Unfortunately, these chemicals can pose additional risks. When nitrates and nitrites are consumed in large quantities, they can be converted into nitrosamines in the body, which are potentially carcinogenic cancer-causing compounds. Studies have suggested a link between a high intake of processed meats and an increased risk of certain types of cancers, including colorectal cancer. This adds to the growing body of evidence suggesting that processed meats may not be the healthiest option, particularly for older individuals whose immune systems and bodies may not be as resilient as they once were. The impact of regular consumption of cured meats on senior health was highlighted in a study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, which found that older adults who consume cured meats regularly are 40% more likely to develop hypertension compared to their peers who avoid these types of processed meats. This finding is especially concerning for those already managing chronic health conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, or kidney issues. Seniors with high blood pressure are also more likely to experience complications such as kidney failure, stroke, or heart attack. The excessive sodium and nitrates found in these meats can place added stress on the kidneys, which are already working harder to filter waste products from the bloodstream. If you're finding this helpful, leave a 3 below. Another major issue with cured meats is that they are often high in unhealthy fats, particularly saturated fats, which can increase levels of LDL bad cholesterol in the blood. High levels of LDL cholesterol can further contribute to the development of atherosclerosis, a condition where the arteries become narrowed and blocked due to a buildup of fatty deposits. Atherosclerosis is a major risk factor for cardiovascular disease, and consuming high-fat, high-sodium foods like cured meats can exacerbate this condition, especially in older adults. While it's tempting to indulge in the rich, flavorful taste of cured meats, there are safer alternatives that offer a similar protein-packed experience without the added risks. For seniors looking to reduce their sodium and nitrate intake, it's best to choose fresh, lean cuts of meat such as roasted turkey, skinless chicken breasts, or even fresh fish. These options are naturally lower in sodium and provide high-quality protein, essential vitamins, and minerals without harmful preservatives and excess sodium. Fresh meats are also far less processed, ensuring that they retain more of their natural nutrients, which is important for maintaining optimal health in old age. If you're someone who still craves the unique taste and texture of cured meats, consider choosing nitrate-free or low-sodium alternatives. Many specialty brands offer nitrate-free deli meats or sausages, which are made without the harmful chemicals traditionally used in a curing process. These options may still be high in sodium compared to fresh meats, but they can be a safer choice when consumed in moderation. It's important to remember that portion size plays a crucial role in maintaining a healthy diet. If you do indulge in a cured meat treat, aim to keep your portion to a few slices rather than consuming large quantities, which can quickly add up in sodium and unhealthy fats. Additionally, it's important to be mindful of other sources of sodium in your diet such as canned soups, packaged snacks, and processed cheeses. A holistic approach to reducing sodium intake by making healthier choices in all aspects of your diet will help to maintain healthy blood pressure levels and protect your overall cardiovascular health. Staying hydrated by drinking plenty of water can also help mitigate the effects of sodium and support kidney function. Finally, let's talk about undercooked meats and the bacterial danger they pose. Undercooked meats, including rare steak, raw fish, or improperly prepared poultry, pose a significant risk for foodborne illnesses such as Salmonella, E. coli, and Campylobacter. These bacteria can thrive in undercooked food and lead to serious infections. For seniors, who often have weaker immune systems due to aging or underlying health conditions, the effects of these infections can be even more dangerous. The risk is heightened as the immune response slows down, making it harder for the body to fight off harmful bacteria. The consequences of foodborne illnesses from undercooked meats can be severe. Infections may lead to dehydration, kidney failure, or, in the most extreme cases, sepsis, a life-threatening condition caused by an overwhelming infection. This is particularly concerning for older adults as they may have pre-existing health conditions that complicate recovery. According to a report from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC), adults over the age of 65 are 4 times more likely to be hospitalized due to foodborne illnesses than younger adults. This alarming statistic emphasizes the importance of ensuring that meats are cooked to safe internal temperatures, which can significantly reduce the risk of illness. To minimize the risks associated with undercooked meats, always ensure that meat is thoroughly cooked. Using a food thermometer is the most reliable way to verify that your food has reached a necessary internal temperature to kill harmful bacteria. For poultry, it's essential to cook it to an internal temperature of 165 circumflex degrees F. Ground meats like beef or pork should reach 160 circumflex degrees F, while sticks and other whole cuts of beef, lamb, or pork should be cooked to 145 circumflex degrees F. Always let meat rest for at least 3 minutes after cooking to allow the temperature to stabilize and further ensure its safety. And there you have it, a circumflex Euros 6 meats that could be silently harming your health. What's one thing you've learned from this that you'll start practicing? If you found this helpful, please share your thoughts and like and share. Your support helps us bring you more valuable content to keep you healthy and thriving. See you in the next video.